Particular request is along Rocky Ridge Road in the Vestavia area. The request is to go from RG and E2 to R4 and RG for a 25-unit condominium and a 10-lot garden home subdivision. Originally, this was proposed for a 50-unit condominium development, but the developer changed the plans after the first public hearing before Planning and Zoning Commission. There were actually two separate hearings. The first one, the Planning Commission carried the case over for the next case, and or carried it over for 1 month for the applicant to get with the neighborhood or to revise or rethink his plan. The applicant submitted the revised site plan at that point in time that showed the development cut in half with the garden home development on there instead of the 2-unit or the 50-unit condominium. This property itself is zoned E2 and RG already. In essence, what we would be doing is switching the E2 with the RG and then rezoning the RG to R4. Planning and Zoning recommended approval with covenants that any outdoor lighting be directed away from adjacent single-family properties. A natural undisturbed buffer shall be maintained along the south property line as depicted on the conceptual development plan. The development shall substantially conform to the site plan presented at the July 9, 2020 public hearing, and the height of the condominium building shall be limited to 2.5 stories with a maximum height of 40 feet above grade. There were some concerns there about the height of the development as it's at a slightly higher elevation than a lot of the residential development to the west. Just to the south of this development is another garden home subdivision. There were some members of the public who came in yes, sir? Technical difficulties. I don't have it with me. The developer does have his request, or does have a PowerPoint presentation. If you look in your report, you've got your site plan. Okay. And then you've also have an aerial photograph in there as well.
I live in the third house from Rocky Ridge. So as they discussed, my backyard will be this development, which I fully support. I've lived in Vestavia all my life. I moved 2 streets out of Vestavia to be able to send my daughter to college in 2012. And I had not ever met the Kesslers before this, so I don't want anybody to think that I have some sort of relationship with the Kesslers. I totally became involved in this because of this being my backyard. Have loved having the natural space there for 8 years. Unfortunately, that's not going to happen no matter who builds there.
I've been a realtor for the last 7 years, and I know that a well-planned property development should never create a hindrance to the residents and inhabitants of a community, of an existing community, excuse me. I have no doubt that the proposed development will be very attractive. However, that is not the issue. I drive on Rocky Ridge Road every day, and the traffic is horrible, especially during rush hour. When Dolly Ridge Road Elementary opened last year, the traffic got even worse. I'm part of a large group of concerned citizens and neighbors that live near this proposed site. We created a petition that now has 445 signatures in opposition to a multi-family condominium building on this site.
Zoning isn't just for an up or down vote. If you have citizens who can work with a developer, that's really where I'm trying to get you all to go. If you all can work together, because it is very obvious it's going to be developed. You just want to be able to manage what is developed there. And if you have a developer who already owns the land and you all are willing to work together, that's what I'm hoping will happen. So that in other words, you're not bringing a development into the community that brings more of a controversy, or you all don't necessarily see eye to eye, and these are going to be your neighbors. What I'm hoping that you can do is that if we, Commissioner Ammons, if it's going to be RG, and you comfortable with that for just that property, then we need to know that. Otherwise, I'm saying carry it over since he already owns it, and at least there is some negotiation for him and he and his company to move forward while you got us at the table.
So this, we could do this all day long. This is the commission that are speaking. The issue that we need to consider now is either to approve, deny, carry over for further discussion to a date and time certain, or if you agree to have an RG, we can go ahead and vote on that today. Now, I'm gonna ask the developer, what's your recommendation?
I believe that because again, we're not really prepared to say one way or another if the ORG would work with us, we'd like to carry it over.
I'd make a motion to carry it over.
Second?
We have a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All right, now to carry it over to the next commission meeting or 30 days?
Sir, Mr. President, I make a recommendation for the next commission meeting.
Well,
Nick?
that's 2 weeks.
The next commission meeting in 2 weeks, or do you wanna do the next commission meeting where we have a zoning hearing? Cause that's what he said.
Zoning hearing.
Would that give you guys enough
I
time?
believe it's
to-
September 10th. Yes.
2 weeks?
Cause they're gonna have to go to zone.
Well, he said they
Can
could
we
do
do it in 2 weeks?
Two? Yeah.
I'm thinking about their timeline too.
We've already had the, we've already had
Satisfied
the,
public hearing requirement.
we've had the hearing. We don't need another hearing.
2 would be fine with us.
2 is
2
fine,
weeks?
4 is fine, so carry it over
2
to
weeks.
2 weeks.
Done.
Motion and second.
Okay.
Motion second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Guys, thank y'all.
Thank you for your time.
Oh, we got 2 items of new business.